Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Today we're going to dig into something I think a lot of us think about, how to raise a compassionate kid, right?
Yeah, it's a big one.
It is a big one, and like whether you're, knee deep in diapers right now, or maybe you're thinking about the future, or maybe you're just like interested in what makes people tick.
It's curious about human nature. Yeah.
Exactly. This is for you. And we're all about, those actionable takeaways, those things you can actually use.
Practical tips for sure.
So our sources had some really good ones, and they kind of boiled it down to like 5 core strategies, and those were like modeling compassionate behavior,
Mm.
encouraging empathy, and then like providing those opportunities to actually help others.
Right. Putting it into action.
Yes. Teaching gratitude, and then of course, praising those compassionate actions when you see them.
Catching them being good. Right.
Yes, exactly. And, for me, the one that really like hit home was this whole modeling thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, we can tell kids, right, to be kind. We can tell them till we're blue in the face, but if they're not seeing it,
Right. If we're not walking the walk,
what are we really teaching them, right?
it's so true. And it's amazing how much kids pick up just by watching us. They really are like little sponges, especially, the people they're closest to.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's actually research on this. One study found that kids whose parents consistently showed compassion, like in their daily lives,
Hmm.
were way more likely to be helpful themselves, even towards strangers. Yeah, so it's not just a nice idea. It really like has an impact.
So it's like, it's not just about being nice, right? It's about showing them, like, what does that look like in action? What does compassion actually look like?
Yeah, it's giving them a roadmap,
Yeah.
showing them how to actually navigate the world with kindness, and importantly, how to react when things get tough,
If it's
because
not always easy.
exactly. And we don't always get it
Yeah,
right.
we definitely don't.
So showing kids like how to apologize, how to make amends when they mess up, those are like compassion 101.
That's such a good point. It's like, it's not about being perfect. It's about how you handle those moments where you're not.
Exactly. Exactly. Owning it.
So how do we take it beyond modeling, right?
Yeah.
Like, what about encouraging empathy? That feels a little trickier to me.
It is. It's a little less tangible, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about, like you said, encouraging them to step into somebody else's shoes.
Okay.
And it can be simpler than you think. Think about two kids fighting over a toy, classic.
Oh yeah, every day.
Instead of just saying, hey, be nice, a parent could say, how do you think your brother feels when you grab that toy? He seems sad. Maybe there's a way we can share.
Oh, I like that.
It's just that question that how do you think they feel? Like make it a habit, make it a regular thing, and it can be incredibly powerful.
It's like you're rewiring their brain almost
Yeah.
to think about the other person.
Exactly. And that leads perfectly into the next step, which is giving them opportunities to act on those feelings.
Right. So like volunteering. Is that what you're talking about?
Volunteering's fantastic, but doesn't have to be some big, production.
All right.
Let's be real. Sometimes getting your kids to like do their chores feels like the opposite of compassion. Right.
100%.
But even those small things, right? Helping a neighbor, letting someone go ahead of you in line, it all adds up. It all gives them a chance to actually practice.
Yeah, those little acts, they matter. And that makes me think about something else our sources talked about, which was praising those acts,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't have to be this big thing, but just that acknowledgement.
Oh, absolutely. Recognition goes a long way. And you know what else goes a long way? Don't underestimate teaching gratitude.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because encouraging kids to focus on what they're grateful for, it can really shift their perspective
Yeah.
and make them more aware of like the good stuff. And when you're feeling that, you're more likely to spread it.
Yeah. It's like that saying, like, gratitude turns what we have into enough.
Ooh, I like that one.
So, okay, we've covered a lot. We've talked about modeling, encouraging empathy, creating those opportunities to actually, like, help out, praising those
That's
actions,
a lot.
and gratitude.
Big five.
That's a lot of great, great stuff.
It is. And remember, it's a process, not a race, right? Every family is different. Every kid is different. What matters is finding what works for you.
So true. Well, on that note, I think it's time for like a final thought, something for everyone to kind of chew on.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so think back to your own childhood. What stands out as something that shaped your own capacity for compassion? Could be good or bad. Were there moments, people, experiences?
Ooh, that's a good one to think about.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Remember, this whole raising compassionate humans thing, it's an ongoing process.
Lifelong.
But it's so worth it.
The most important work there is.
Take these tips, experiment, find what works for you, and celebrate those little victories along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Until next time.